Welcome to the State of the Market for Law Firm Sales in 7 Minutes. My name is Jeremy Poock, and I lead Senior Attorney Match. In today's In 7 Minutes, we'll discuss why growth by acquisition has arrived to the legal industry. So let's jump right into it. Growth by acquisition has arrived to the legal industry because senior attorney led firms have what growing law firms need in terms of clients and so much more. And growing law firms present the preferred succession planning option that senior attorneys have for their practices. What we're showing here is a typical senior attorney led firm. That is a firm that has three mature practice areas, can be more, can be less. And by example, those could be estate planning, corporate, and real estate. And those three practice areas are based upon and have six core foundations for why that firm has developed to its maturity over typically 20 plus years, which includes the client list, goodwill of the senior attorney and the lawyers that practice with the senior attorney, subject matter knowledge, key employees that work at the practice, referral sources, and the digital value. And as a mature law firm, that law firm is generating clients, generating business, and really has what growing law firms need in terms of their growth. For senior attorneys, though, they really need to keep in mind that 2020 continues to have a significant impact on the value of senior attorney led firms in particular. Because post 2020, there is a shift in consumer behavior where more and more consumers of legal services continue to search digitally for their lawyers. And what we call that is the 3.0 digital era. The impact that that continues to have on the value of senior attorney led firms in terms of those pillars, those foundations that the senior attorney led practices are based upon is that there is risk to that value of their practices over time. Now, if we compare the senior attorney led firms to growing law firms, the growing law firms, what they have in terms of their practice areas is post 2020. As we can see here, the growing law firms have a similar base of foundations that they are built upon in comparison to senior attorney led firms. Their clients, their goodwill, subject matter knowledge, key employees, referral source list, and really that digital value. They're marketing digitally to bring in clients into their firms. And here, what we're showing is that the cranes are out. This firm, and this is a very typical growing law firm, they are out there, they are bringing in new clients, they're hiring new attorneys. But what they really need, and what we're calling really why they're ripe for growth by acquisition, is that they are always in search for new clients, more experienced workforce. And as we are now in the 3.0 digital era, they need more and more digital content to attract new clients to their law firms. And that really leads to the benefits that growth by acquisition presents in the legal industry. And the benefits are really twofold. Benefit number one is what we'll call pure growth by acquisition. That is, if we think of a monopoly board and the senior attorneys had their practice areas, and let's call that Park Place. And the growing law firms, they have the same exact practice areas. Let's call that Boardwalk. Well, if you purchase and bring in the senior attorney led firm, that is Boardwalk adds Park Place, now we have these practice areas that are combined into the growing law firm. How is it done? The way that the practices can grow by acquisition is what we call the trust transfer. That is, it's not simply adding on these practice areas to the growing firm's portfolio. What's absolutely necessary to drive the success of growth by acquisition is the trust transfer of the clients of the senior attorney to the new lawyers at the law firm that the senior attorneys join. We really call this the flux capacitor of the senior attorney match model. That is that trust transfer of transferring the trust from clients of the senior attorneys over to the growing law firms. Second major benefit of growth by acquisition is the cross marketing, or what our colleagues at Calibri Law Solutions call cross solving. So many of our senior attorney match clients, they're regularly referring work out. So if we're thinking about these three practice areas here of estate planning, business law, and real estate law, they're often sending out domestic relations, litigation, employment law, IP. When senior attorneys are joining growing law firms, they're both winning because the growing firm has grown by acquiring those three practice areas, by acquiring Park Place in our example, and now they can also cross market. They're cross marketing, keeping that additional work in house. What we really call 1 + 1 = 7 when the cross marketing and cross solving is done in the right way. In terms of the key benefits that growth by acquisition presents, there's really four to growing law firms. It's the instant client growth that senior attorney led firms present to the growing law firms, that combined workforce, the senior attorneys, additional lawyers, and staff, the marketing value that senior attorneys present, and the cumulative expertise of the senior attorney and the staff and lawyers at the senior attorney's firm that join the growing law firm. In terms of today's buzzer beater of why growth by acquisition has arrived to the legal industry, the reasons are as follows. Senior attorney led firms present tremendous value because of their mature practice areas and those six core foundations upon which they're built. Those That value of the senior attorney's practice, though, is at risk post 2020 because consumer attention continues to migrate towards the digital era, and senior attorneys, as a result, their value of their practices and the number of clients that they continue to develop and attract to their practices will become less as they do not adopt digital value as quickly as growing law firms. Growing law firms, they're out and building, and the cranes are out, and they are attracting new clients to their firms. They're always looking for new clients, though. They're looking for experienced workforce, and they need new digital content. And in terms of those benefits that growth by acquisition presents to growing law firms in the legal industry today and going forward throughout this decade, it's twofold. It's pure growth by acquisition, adding practice areas, and the cross marketing benefits that result when senior attorney led firms join and really are acquired by growing law firms. And that's today's state of the market for law firm sales in 7 minutes.